Acid Rainers, if you've been following along the past year, you've seen me and Alyssa discovering a lot of new music. And part of that is that Alyssa has decided that she does not like drum and bass. I know, you can't teach taste, it is what it is. If only there was someone I knew who was a EDM aficionado who loved drum and bass and would be up for something like this. Oh, hello there. Do you like drum and bass?
That would be me. You've got no idea how much I love.
You've got your own mic as well. This is perfect.
It was like somebody had planned it all.
Yeah. What's your name?
My name is Connie.
And tonight we're covering the 18th birthday of Hit and Run, invited by Rich Reason, and we are very excited. Now imagine this, but there's loads of people in this music.
Imagine times 1,000. Imagine.
That'd be insufferable. Found it. So obviously the first gig we went to, DJ Marky at Ramona, and you were already well experienced with Ramona. So how long have you been seeing EDM in Manchester?
Well, I've lived in Manchester for just a touch over a year, and ever since I got here, I've been like throwing myself in the deep end.
Did it come before then? Were you into EDM before this, or has it all happened because of Manchester?
My introduction to EDM in general probably came from a friend's parents of mine were 90s old school ravers. So my introduction was the OG classics, really, like Faithless.
We like a bit
all
of
that good stuff, yeah, exactly. And then I transitioned more into liquid DnB.
Okay.
And I feel like the longer you listen to the soft stuff, the more hungry you get for grittier,
well, that would make sense, because for such a small period of time of you been into EDM, you've shown me some of the hardest fucking techno I've seen pretty much ever. She was like, "Well, I'll get you into techno," and I've skipped a big part of like normal people techno.
A baby introduction.
Bull fucking shit.
You haven't yet to even see.
It's incredibly hard.
What industrial can look like.
Right, well, I'm excited then.
There's a whole journey ahead, genuinely. They're really,
so,
really
in terms of music though, have you always been into music, or is it something that's come with EDM, or like what?
To be fair, I grew up listening to Irish country music. That was my introduction. So take that as you will. So it's really been like the craziest journey. It really has, because obviously it's massively different. Yeah.
We always find that whatever you get into, you never stay with it. You always evolve, you know what I mean?
Well, you meet new people, and I think one of the best things about EDM in general has to be the community.
Yeah.
And I can talk to a brick wall. So the more people that you speak to, just like I've introduced you to genres, you will introduce me to genres as well. You speak to such eclectic, like wide varieties of people, and they're the ones that kind of culture you, I suppose, if you're willing to listen, which we are.
Where there's a will, there's a way.
Yeah.
Who are you excited for tonight?
Jan, you know, big time. I need some more female representation.
Not just because we're interviewing her, either.
No, genuinely. It's, to be fair, one of the best things about Manchester is the amount of diversity that we see on lineups. Obviously, like, everybody kind of knows each other within the community and the scene, yes, but I think everyone's very welcoming to newcomers as well, which is just one of the lovely things about the city in general.
This is something that Rich said recently when we interviewed him at Ramona. We'll be seeing Rich later tonight, hopefully. But he said that Manchester works differently to anywhere else, because in Manchester, everyone helps raise each other up.
Yeah.
And then when you get too big, they'll knock you down a peg.
Because you've got to stay grounded.
Exactly, right?
And even the people that have, like, quote-unquote made it big from Manchester, you still see them knocking around at the most grassroots of venues, because everybody actually cares about each other.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's very, very family orientated, I think, because it's your chosen family, isn't it? And that's one of the most beautiful things about music.
In terms of Hit and Run, I am very excited, because when I first started going out, almost 10 years ago now, about 9 years ago, I was seeing Hit and Run at Antwerp Mansion, Joshua Brook's basement. I hadn't even been to a warehouse yet. I couldn't even imagine that 9 years later I'd be seeing them at Warehouse Project. Rich Reason doing Ghosts of Garage, stuff like that. Night's absolutely taking off and being massive. So to bring it all home again, Hidden, 18 years, it's going to be great.
It's really exciting. It's actually a huge deal.
Let's go get it!
know we've been coming for like 15 years, 16 years, 18 years. So thank you very much, everyone. And, I don't think we're going to do another 18, but let's see how we do, right? Well done, Rick. Well done. Take your top off, man. Boy, we've got a very special guest coming on next without no further ado. Put your hands in the air and make some noise for Chesco! Sparkle.
Marcus Intellects, R.I.P. Solvent John. Anyone you're missing is spare time.
Yeah, and good to see you.
Hi, nice to see
Excellent
you.
opener for the night, by the way.
Thank you.
I hear you're a Manchester local. Also.
I am, yes. I'm actually from Bolton.
See, we know culture when we see it. Bolton,
Yeah.
it's still culture.
It counts, it's great at Manchester still. So.
The way we define culture is the further away you get from Manchester, the less cultured you are. So I'd say it's pretty cultured.
Yes.
Pretty cultured.
Bolton's a special place, so
Yeah.
yeah, it's full of.
Bolton Wanderers fan?
No, not so much. Not
I always ask.
Yeah.
Right, so the first thing we always ask everyone is like, no matter where they're at in music, how did you start with music? Like, was it your mum and dad's record collection? Like, what got you? What was the spark to start you on the journey?
Well, I'd say like drum and bass is very, very popular in Bolton.
Okay.
And like when I was around 15, so my high school is like near a forest. So
Okay.
in these forests we'd have like free parties. So
pretty
obviously
cool.
like when I was around a teenager, like everyone would be like, oh yeah, let's go to this party. So yeah, after the first one, just couldn't stop.
So you were straight into the EDM scene?
Yeah, well, it was drum and bass actually. I
Okay.
didn't actually know it was drum and bass at the time, but it was like heavy jump up, Belgian jump up. But I loved it. And
That
yeah.
does sound sick, I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, honestly, as a 15-year-old, like that was your first experience
Yeah.
as a raver. It was like.
Well, that brings me easily into the next question, which is like, what made you DJ rather than any other thing in music?
Ooh, what made me DJ? Like, I'd say, so from like 15, I was obsessed with raving, like just couldn't stop going to events, and then obviously just seeing all these DJs just made me want to start doing it. I think it was around like COVID time, obviously I had the time to actually to learn, so yeah.
So you've not been like going for that long then, you would say? Like, been in the scene for like a decade maybe, but
yeah,
how
but
long have you
actually
been an act?
playing probably like 4 or 5 years.
Okay,
4 or
that's
5
pretty
years.
cool.
Yeah.
So obviously you started with drum and bass pretty early in a forest. But
Yeah, in a forest.
What is it about this like darker, grittier side of drum and bass where you kind of find your area? What led you there?
So obviously starting off from like jump up and Belgian, I guess it was just like being so obsessed with drum and bass and, you know, just doing your research online and just diving so deep that you're finding all these different subgenres, and then I guess the darker, grittier side is something that I just connected to and just naturally followed through with that, and yeah. find it quite expressive, so that's why I chose.
Do you think that Manchester has been a good place to start your music career?
Definitely. I think, you know, if I wasn't from Manchester, I probably wouldn't have even started music, because, you know, a lot of these events that I started going to were based in Manchester. Hit and Run, I remember coming as soon as I turned 18.
I never heard of that one. What's that one?
Hit and Run, this one.
Oh, yeah. Go on, sorry.
But yeah, so I've been coming to Hit and Run since I was like 18, and
cool.
Obviously Rich, you know, his lineups are so nice, and that definitely has shaped me, my style in these past couple of years, 100%.
Well, speaking of Rich, when we spoke to him last, he was talking about the evolution of the drum and bass scene and how, like, probably from the first Hit and Run, that kind of era, how hostile of a scene it could be sometimes. Like, he would describe it as a rough night, and he was so happy with how it's progressed, both in terms of, like, inclusivity, no homophobia, racism, that kind of thing. So, like, as a female DJ, do you think that it's been a welcoming scene? Like, can you talk about your journey in that way?
I'd say maybe, like, since I started, I'd probably say, like, it's very more welcoming.
Okay.
Probably maybe not in the past, but since I joined, definitely more, like, inclusive. And I'd say, like, drum and bass has always been, like, a really friendly community, you know, like, compared to other genres. So
Go on, name and shame.
House, sorry. Tech house, even more specific.
She said it, not me.
Sorry, maybe she should cut that out. I don't know.
Quote her.
I'm not trying to
Quote
make
her.
enemies.
Top of the article, okay? So obviously Hit and Run celebrating 18 years. What did you think of your set? Were you happy? We were happy, just so you know.
Well, I should be happy. I'm never really happy to.
That's a good sign, though.
But I am happy. I saw that, you know, I saw the crowd, you know, moving and in sync, and at the end they were going well, so I'm happy.
I personally have never been to Hidden this early before, to be honest.
Oh, really?
So when I came in, it was like, it was nice to see people filter in, because it was a set worth seeing, to be honest. It was really fun.
Oh, thank you.
And the last time we saw you was at Warehouse, actually, and we enjoyed that as well. So I'm excited to see what comes next.
Good. That was first set as well. That was the first set as well, but yeah, that's nice. Hopefully I nicely, like, warmed up the place, set the vibe for the night. So
Up the bill.
Yeah.
Up the bill.
Yeah.
So looking ahead, what's next?
What's next? Well, actually, I just got myself a studio here at Hidden, so many projects to come. But in terms of sets, my next one's in London, actually, for Sun and Bass. But
Lack of culture.
no, to be fair, London, that's where it all started.
Too
you know
far
what I
from
mean?
Manchester for my taste.
Yeah, it's quite far, but it's worth the trip.
Okay,
It's
I'll hear
definitely
that.
worth the
Where's it
trip.
at?
It's at Notting Hill Arts Club.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, I'm really excited for that.
Speaking of your studio, and this makes an excellent segue, would you take us on a studio tour sometime?
Yes, of course, I'd love to take you on a studio tour. I just moved in, literally just got the keys
Lots of
yesterday.
boxes.
Yes, boxes.
You can take us on a box
couches,
tour then.
Like basic tables, but when it's all done up, I promise I'll show you.
Excellent. My editor's shaking because the last time we did something like this was at Resonance Studios in Stockport.
Oh, yeah?
And I made them take us on an hour 15 like history of synths tour.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I think about 5 minutes of it made the cut, so hopefully we can do better at your studio. I'm a tech geek, so we'll do something.
Okay, yeah.
And lastly, what advice would you give to someone who is in your shoes 5 years ago? How do you get started? What do you do?
I'd say, you know, just keep finding music that you genuinely love. Don't just like download songs that, you know, for the sake of it.
Yeah.
Really listen to the song, really, you know, think, oh, do I really love this tune? Every single tune is very, very special. So yeah, just keep building your library and keep true to your style, and yeah, forget the haters as well, because you will get some starting out, so you just gotta like believe in yourself as well.
I love that.
So yeah.
Thanks for talking to us. We'll see you soon.
Thank you so
Give one
much.
of them.
Thank
Bye.
you.
When anybody holding on. Makes you drunk to get fucked up. Now hold it, hold it, now hold it, hold it. Hold it, now hold it, hold it. Hold it, now hold it, hey.
Now, I've done interviews at Rave before, you know, coming and going to the rave, doing interviews. There's never been 4 flights of fucking stairs between them though.
How gassed was I flying up those stairs earlier? It took me a solid 10 minutes to catch my breath.
It's like you grab someone, you're like, do you want to do a quick interview with us?
It can't be quick.
It can't
because
be quick.
I've got to catch my breath.
I've got to do Arthur Snowden and then recover before we can do the interview. Anyway, how's your night going?
Well, what I was saying earlier was how sweaty I am. So I think that is the signal of a good night.
I watched back the footage of the Jan interview. I'm shiny, man.
Is it?
Yeah.
We should have brought him some makeup. We could have powdered your head.
We don't have the budget for a powder person yet, but soon.
I've also been told that I look like a scout leader, which I didn't recognise when I got dressed before I came out, and I'm not mad at it actually.
I'm thinking more Fred from Scooby-Doo. I keep expecting you to go, okay gang, let's split up and look for clues.
Okay gang.
You'll always pick Velma, of course. No, sorry, Daphne.
What?
Fred always goes with Daphne.
And doesn't that make you Fred, or are you Daphne?
No, I'm Daphne in this situation.
Yeah, true.
Don't hear that. Editor over here just says he's Ginger, therefore Daphne. I think that's cultural appropriation or racism. I'm not quite sure yet. One of them. I'll get there.
Rambling.
Anyway, hit and run.
To get back on topic, hit and run. What I would like to say is that like we're in the green room at the moment, and what we were talking about earlier was just how much love there is in this room. Everybody is so like elated to be here and so engaged with each other, and it's a proper family.
And it does feel like a birthday party.
It does.
In a lot of ways. There's hats, there's birthday hats.
Well, I was
falling
trying
down.
to get Will into it, you know, one of those pointy birthday hats, but he said he looked like a unicorn, so he wouldn't put it on.
Everyone kind of looks like a unicorn. I think I'll just really look like a unicorn or a gnome of some kind.
Just wouldn't even do it for banter though.
I just don't want to. I don't want to gnome anyone.
Gnome.
Because I'm not a gnelf or a gnoblin. I'm a gnome. You not seen that? A lot to teach her. Training. It's a first day. Don't worry about it. Hit and run is a stamp of quality. Pretty much has been for as long as I've been going. I ain't been around here for the full 18 years. But I reckon the first one I went to was about 9 years ago or something. So I've seen the latter half of it.
What's been the biggest difference? Because I've only lived in Manchester for a year. So from the first one that you went to now.
This one feels like the first one.
How so?
Because it's just the atmosphere, the shock of hearing it through a sound system, like the full whack, the full bass of drum and bass.
What was the venue, that you saw the first hit and run in?
I think it's only... Editor, help me. Where has hit and run been? Which venues?
They do Six Trees a lot.
It was probably Antwerp. I said before that I saw Joshua Brooks' Basement, but I think that was worried about Henry. And we're not talking about him tonight. Different thing.
I'm not worried about Henry.
Who is he?
I'm not worried.
Can't be worried.
Well, my first hit and run was literally in October for their Halloween event, which was at Six Trees.
Were you dressed as a frog by any chance?
I was dressed as a frog, and I was having a little boogie, as you do, and I look across the dance floor, and I clock this other guy who was also dressed as a frog. He is one of my best friends now.
Lovely guy. Shout out Tommy.
Best friends. Big up Sonny. Century D&B, give him a little shout out. There you go.
But yeah, hit and run, I've always loved it. I probably always will for as long as it goes. But I think tonight was a special one.
Yeah, it continues to be. The night's not done yet.
It continues to be, yeah. Nefertiti, my first time seeing Nefertiti, coming up very soon.
What time is it? They're on it.
Yeah, what time is it?
Shit,
Shit. Put it away.
There's nothing more than that. I found my passion for this music by being finally accepted for something.
When I first started going to raves, I was so self-conscious, you know what I mean? I'm 26 now, 10 years ago when I was 16, you felt like you shouldn't be there, you know what I mean?
No, it was the opposite for me. For me, I've always been like semi-popular, but solely because I've been funny. And then just have to put myself down to be funny because to make a tit out of myself. But for me, I'd go to a rave, and I was like, yo, these people just like me for me. Yeah. And I'm standing at the front.
Would you do an interview with us?
Of course.
Honestly, it's so sensitive.
You're good.
No, I thought I was with them. I've done an interview with them before. So
Are you sound, yeah?
yeah, I'm fine.
Yeah. Are you having a good time?
Yeah, of course I'm having a good
Yeah?
time. But
You look like you're having a good time. We were just over there talking about authenticity, yeah?
Yeah.
And what it actually means to be cool.
yeah.
So, would you tell it again a little bit, just for the audience?
Right, I'm gonna start from the basics because we're talking about what it means to be cool, and cool is a definition, but cool is whatever you perceive cool to be. So when I was younger, cool was the MC that was stood there, and he was a big man, and he was, and I.
Trying to be hard.
No, not trying to be hard. Not trying to be hard. That's his bravado. That's how he does it. some of the best MCs I know, they rock it because they are fucking cool. Like you look at Strategy, yeah. Strategy, you can stand on a set like this, and you can say you say this and I say that, and yeah, it's fucking sick. It's unbelievable.
No, well, he's already done it.
Yeah, exactly. You know, he's unbelievable. He's the best. He's the best. He does what he does. But for me, my idea of what I wanted to see, it's nothing to do with cool. It's what I wanted to see from an MC.
What do you want to see from an MC?
Well, that's what I am. I wanted to look up at someone on the stage and be like, yo, this guy's an idiot.
But by idiot, you mean?
No, but this guy's just loose, man. He just does whatever he wants.
That's what I mean. It's about being free.
Yeah, but I'm talking in a very social term. Like this is what society views as this, and this is what society. It's not a bad thing. I think like a lot of my best mates are fucking idiots. It's not a bad thing.
You labelled yourself as a bit of an idiot.
Yeah, that's not a bad thing. I love it. I love it. That's one of my best. That's one of the best parts about my personality. Do you know what I mean? It's not a derogatory term. There's cool guys and there's idiots. I have just as much respect for all of them.
Well, how would you communicate that through your MCing?
Because look at me, I'm not gonna blow my own trumpet, but I'm talented with what I can say. I like to always demonstrate. I always like to demonstrate a little bit of a social platform. I like to talk about the world around us and talk about how we're all in a fucking. I could go into it, but.
No, but some of your stuff is quite politically engaged.
Of course it is. Of course it is, because why are we all going to sit here in this rat race system where we're never going to break free? But really, it's all just everything's just a facade. Everything's just a facade, and we're here in like a capitalistic society where we all believe we have to be something to be something. But that's why I find that these raves and these events we go to is our time to break free.
What, from those restraints?
Well, it's just our time when we can let go of what society wants us to be, and we can be these little weirdos that we are. And that's
There's a lot of freedom on the dance floor.
That's not a derogatory term. We can be the weirdos that we are. We're all fucking weirdos. We're all misfits.
I only like people that are weird.
Yeah, but we're all misfits. We're all misfits in some form. That's why we find our ways to these kind of places, because something in our society or something in the people that told us who we were supposed to be, we didn't agree with.
Is that what you like to put into your messages of your bars?
Yeah, kind of, man. It's not just that. It's just like I like to stand there and be me. I like to be authentic. Like you said before, I like to be authentic.
Well, on your journey through like where you started and how we've gotten here, you must have looked at somebody in the past and thought, yeah, you're authentic. You're showing yourself as that free version of yourself. Who is that person for you? At least in the beginning, do you have that one notable person?
No, because it doesn't boil down to that. Everyone's authentic is in there. Like I know a lot of artists, I know a lot of MCs, but they're all authentic in their own individual way, and that's the beauty of it. There is no one definition for authenticity. Realistic.
It is really beautiful.
No, but realistically, we're all authentic in our own right, and just going up there and standing there and spitting bars, that's authentic. And what
in that moment,
yeah, but I mean, and if you want me to get real on things, the problem is that every single MC you see played tonight gets paid a sixth of what the DJ gets paid. We stand there, everything that we do is our own music. We write all our own music, we write all our own bars, we do everything by ourselves, and we spit all our own fucking things. We get paid a sixth maybe on a good day of what the DJ gets paid. It's not motivational passion. It's just we want to spread love, and we know that like the whole community, the whole relationship between a DJ and an MC is purely a symbiotic thing. Yeah, we're there to make the DJ sound better.
And vice versa.
It's not vice versa. No? It's not vice versa. No one, if I put a lineup with 15 MCs on, no one would fucking come.
Well,
no one
they
would.
are for the DJ. Yeah.
No one would fucking come. People come to watch the DJ, but without us, the DJ would sound fucking mediocre.
That extra little sprinkle.
Yeah. We're the best bit of the evening, really, in a good situation, but nobody sees that. And it's like that's the plight of an MC, is that a lot of the work we do is in the background, but we're happy. Yeah, that's what we do.
Do you wish more people knew that about?
I don't know, man. Like I'm doing my own thing. I've got like I make a lot of punk music, and I make a lot of hip hop, and I make a lot of like funk, and I do my own thing. And like one day I'm gonna release it because it's amazing, but. sorry, that was cocky, but one day I release it, but it's like I make a lot of punk and funk and hip hop and stuff. And
You are quite diverse, to be fair. I see it on your socials.
yeah, but that's
you really apply yourself.
that's when I want to be
genre.
like. That's when I like become an artist, and the MCing game's like it's just what I fell in love with, man. It's like making people feel good, and it's like making people feel comfortable in a rave. It's like there's not a lot more than that you can make yourself feel good with other people. I'm rambling now.
I've heard you spit a good few times now, and I can tell you
Half past two, come down, Storm.
that you do make people feel comfortable.
That's what it's all about, man.
You do.
For me, that's what it's all about. Yeah.
Yeah, well fucking well done.
Alright, thanks.
Yeah.
I rambled on too long now.
Nah, you're good.
Shit.
You regret it tomorrow if you
That's
don't.
it. Yeah, making sure it relax.
We did a little pause there. Was that a little pause that I thought going back to wall?
Changing colours.
Sorry.
Yeah, I got my snippet.
Yeah, you good?
I just want my snippet. Yeah.
Yeah.